like that. Too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back. I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. Touchdown, Packers! That kickoff return, 104 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd? They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go. 30 base. You're not ready. You're not ready. Big grip.
On first down, Costello. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
At the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I got you. Hey, Haywood.
Off Play action. Costello. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Man, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
From the gun, Costello. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 50, check 50. 80 weapon.
Here's 2nd and 8. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
You must be dreaming. Hey, Echo.
On 3rd down, Costello. And a throw there going to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! I'm coming.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 59 yards for him on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
White. Slam. Rush in. Joker. Hey, gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
11.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. McCrane on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Packers 14, Lions 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Costello looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Nick!
Let's go, defense. Let's get out there.
I got this. 13.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Check. 21.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Drive with a carry by Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This is Grant. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go with Jones. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, sounds like things balance out, right? It's that mythological thing that we do. If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Hey, gun. You go tight. 12, fellas, here we go. You got tight right there. Check that hunt.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 20. 54. Here we go. White. Here we go. I got this. 54, right there. 54, Mike. You. Mike spot 4. Bring it. 1, Omaha. Mike's 54. 1, Omaha. 54.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Touchdown, Packers. Equanimous St. Brown. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Here's McCray now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Packers 21, Lions 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, lock it.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Costello. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Looking to throw. Costello. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, exit. 42 the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic. Watch the slant. Yes, yes.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42. Focus, defense, focus. Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
From the gun, Costello. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
21, 21.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now Garoppolo. They complete it to Hill. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
11. Switch them.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go. 180. I got you. Come. Switch. 65.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Trey Flowers able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A very solid gain of 27. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Blue draw quarters.
Mike 42. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw on third down. Costello. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's got Evans. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively.
Hey, orbit. Hard. Pick it up. Check to look at me. Zipper. Shoot.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Costello, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Rashawn Gary, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Back to throw. Costello to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Braxton Berrios His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions were able to draw a bit closer. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
Watch twin.
Operating from the gun. Costello looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Yeah, that's true. You've said that before. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, Dobbins takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Check
12.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Right, here we go. Right, 80!
54 miles. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Bang.
On 3rd down, Reynolds. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
A gain of 14. And a Packer first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back now at Ford Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give right side. It's Reynolds. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Let's go, Brandon. Turn up. Let's get that ball.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play that time for the Packers. And even 4 yards. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the 2nd foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
They come out here in the eye. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll go with the keeper. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Rock it. Go. Now.
On 2nd down now. It's Reynolds. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, so much for situational football because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the 4th quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal? The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Leo.
Switch. Watch the edge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand.
Let's go now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, it's Jones. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
You got nothing.
Throwing on 1st down. Costello. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Got it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, team 6.
Throwing again. Costello. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42. Look, squeeze. We got double up. 5.
On third down, Costello. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Wait.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back.
I got you.
Watch the treatment.
Go ahead.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the fumble recovery, Costello, he finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
On the set.
Mike 47.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Costello. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
To throw on 2nd down, Costello. Now, and this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
21. Here we go.
On 1st down, Dobbins. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's across for the touchdown. Should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
McCrane on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
To throw again. Costello. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Costello, he's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true, that's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. Looking to throw. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Mike, here we go, here we go. 180!
Check pass, check pass.
Set hunt.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Green Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.